Sir? May I see your invitation, please?
Sure. Here's my invitation.
Hey up troops, welcome back to the Litanah army. I'm Lit and this is Fortnite Save the World. And what I've got today, I've only got one video out today because it is my birthday today. So I'm only putting the one out today. I do pride myself on how hard I work with these videos and how many I do get out. So it does pain me a little bit to only give you guys one today. So I want to make it pretty decent. And what it is, last night, someone was talking about trap tunnels. And they were saying that they never do trap tunnels because it's a waste of their materials. And I kind of get that. Now, David Dean did a video recently, I think it was yesterday or the day before, where he did a Ride the Lightning mission on his own without even building. No traps, not even any walls, no nothing. Now, that's all good and well, and it works perfectly, don't get me wrong. You should have seen it. I mean, the guy's a legend, right? It's David Dean. But what I tend to find is you can actually just build, if you're more efficient with your traps, it's kind of worth it without you using a lot of your materials up. So build something like this. Now, I'm not the world's fastest builder, as you can see. Now, if you build something like this, try not to aggro that encampment, because that is just going to ruin my video absolutely completely. So let's just put these traps down here. So I'm trying to make this as cheap as possible. So if I just put that there, look like that. And if I put the gas traps up on the ceiling, maybe 3. Now that's quite a cheap trap tunnel, do you know? So all I would do there is, now with these guys, shoot them out like that.
Part of the job. Yep.
And there we go. And what we actually do is we go and wait around here, because we actually want them to come through the trap tunnel, which I'm hoping they're going to do. And we'll just kind of stand here.
We got monsters!
And we'll just take out whatever gets through the trap tunnel, which I'm hoping won't be much. And look, he stood in the trap tunnel trying to get to me, so you're absolutely fine. Sometimes you need a little bit of coaxing. You know, but just coax them through the tunnel. And look how easy this encampment is. I'm literally just stood around the corner of the trap tunnel. It's dead cheap. I mean, you could make this even one smaller. So you could actually have the exit point on this trap tunnel there, and that would actually be enough to get them. But from it, when it comes to basic trap tunnels, look, done. That is all you've got to do with that. So you can actually, in Stonewood, probably don't need trap tunnels at all. Plankerton, I think you should start building basic trap tunnels. And by basic trap tunnels, let me see if I can find a different one. Now that van defense is not going to be good enough for me there, so let's keep going. Oh, shoot.
Just try it, slugger. My walls are strong.
Alright, I was looking for some mobs to try this out on, and we've ended up walking into a smasher instead.
Possible.
These things happen.
Whoa, sorry.
You know, real life issues. Should be able to take this guy down still.
Yeah, not possible.
There he is. Okay, so back to looking for some mobs. God knows what happened there. Now look, as long as there's no way around, again, you can build these really simple traps and they'll take down even the worst of enemies. Things like takers and blasters like we've got here. And you don't have to use a ton of mats up to actually make this effective. So look, all we're going to do is put 2 traps down, that's it. I'm going to put this down. I'm going to put that one there. I'm just going to make this one a little bit tougher. Do you know what? We'll put the gas traps up as well. We don't desperately need them. But there we go. So if I just get that blaster there like so, and I just move. Now the taker's probably going to come over the top. I expect that.
Attack ghosts!
But all you do is actually just wait here, look. And they'll just come through, and they'll just come through weakened. Look at how weak they are. I've not touched the taker yet. Oh, there you go. He's down anyway. And it's as simple as that. Okay, I've brought these guys like halfway across the map just to show you guys this trap tunnel. Here we go, look. Should be good. Do it. Alright, one got through.
Got ya.
By the time they get through, they're super weak. And in this trap tunnel, for example, you would just stand, say, like here. So I'd probably, you know, if you were a trap specialist, you know, or Thora or someone like that, or Machinist Harper, just stand here. Let them come through. Do you know what another good thing as well? If you do the shape like so. There you go. Then just stand here, let them come through, and as they come out of that hole there, just blast away at them with a shotgun. Something similar, or you could stand here with your hammer if that's what you want to do. Do it that way. Do some heavy attacks as they come through. Everything works. Okay, so I was just building this as an example to show you guys in a second. the actual builds, and it's like some mobs have come down to test it out for me. Okay, so 2 very basic trap tunnels then. So the Canny Valley trap tunnel's like this little S-shaped one. So you can just get things to come through there. Nice and simple, look. I'm stood in the actual pools because I'm trying to kite mobs to come up, look. But all they do is just come through. And all you would actually do is wait this side of the trap tunnel, out of sight, mind. Don't like being sight because then sploders might try and attack you. And if you're going to do, say, a Plankerton one, then this is absolutely fine. Just build a little one like this. Put as many or few traps as you want in there. I would at least put 1 trap in there, so like a floor trap. But, you know, you can put a ceiling trap in there. This one I've done is just spikes and 2 of the wall dynamos, but you can put in what you want in there. But that's pretty much it. Canny Valley, yeah, do you know, traps are worth it. Maybe 1 tunnel in Canny Valley would be enough. Probably about this size. So maybe with that one that's got like 3 tiles short, that just goes a bit of a dog leg like that they've got to come around. Plankerton, just learn to build these. If you build these little squares and you build them 2 across, so if you look at the actual walls, so if you go 1, 2, just to block the husks off, they will actually come at this wall and they'll go into here. If you build it to 3, as I said, I hear a lot of people saying you can build 3 across. I've just had issues in the past where that's not worked for me. I'm not saying it never works, I'm not saying it's wrong, it just doesn't work for me. But if you kind of look at it like this, so that kind of layout there, if anything came from that side, you would find that they would go through the trap tunnels because they've got 2 that side and 2 that side. So 1, 2, I would have the cutoff as there, kind of, if you know what I mean. So the cutoff for me would be there, and then I would definitely see them going into the trap tunnels instead. And again, if it's in Stonewood, this should be fine. You don't even always need traps at all in Stonewood. And then this one, if you look, this is a good Canny Valley little setup that you've got here. The traps in Twine are kind of different. I'm still learning them myself, and as I get more knowledgeable on those, I'll share them with you. I don't want to put out something that I'm not 100% sure about just yet, or things that I'm still learning. Do you know what the point of me doing this YouTube channel is? So that I can kind of share the tips with you that I have learned and see how good we can make them. I don't think I can kite anything down to those traps, but if we just go up and have a look. Okay, so you can kind of see the shape of the traps there a little bit better. So this one here is just to walk straight through. And then this one here, the husks would walk into this bit here, walk around and out of there. And what you'll be doing is stood at the other end of the trap tunnels. Do you know, one thing that you find a lot of people get wrong is they have trap tunnels and they tend to fight. So the husks are coming from the helicopter, say, and you're actually fighting here, and you find people trying to fight here. The only thing you've got then is when a exploder husk comes along, they're going to throw it, you know, they're going to throw the exploder down to here. The propane's going to hit somewhere around you, which is going to take out the trap tunnels. Another bad place to stand and fight is, say, here. This is a common one as well, because you'll find that exploders, again, will throw their propane into the actual thing. And as well, don't forget, you're wasting ammo. Let the husks come through your traps so that you can conserve ammo and not lose as many mats. And then if you look to the back here, you know, even here's not a great place to stand firing through. I mean, you can if you've got Ragnarok or someone like that and you're hitting through the trap tunnels, that's great. But other than that, just come away so you can't see through the trap tunnel and then be fighting, say, like here, for when they actually get through the tunnel. Or if they're in this tunnel, for example, just move off to the side and just be here ready for when they come through. And then just take them all out as they come through the actual trap tunnel. Perfect. We have an experiment. Guys, this way. I think we missed the friend there. There we go. So, here I'm going to do. We'll do a Canny Valley style trap look. So I'm actually going to lead them here. I'm not fighting yet. There's no propane husks. I'm just standing there to lead them in. And then what I will do, if they make it through, this is where I want to be stood, look. If any get through the traps, which they may not, they may do. No one's made it. And there you go. And that's how a trap tunnel works. It's so simple. And then this one at the lower levels, just as effective. Don't think that because this is smaller, it's not as effective. It absolutely is. Why Jonesy, you know? Why is it always Jonesy? Is Jonesy not a real soldier and he's a movie star? Even that one's Jonesy, look. What's that? Jonesy's campist pose? Let's just have a look at that. Dude, you sell out. Gnome in the helicopter as well. Epic. Absolutely epic. Okay then, guys, that's pretty much everything that I've got for you today. It is my birthday today, so I've got loads to do and everything else. So a massive, massive thank you. A huge thank you for all the well wishes yesterday. Absolutely made my day. There were so many birthday messages. I cannot tell you, you know, how much that means. So massive, massive thank you for that. But, you know, let me know in the comments down below about the trap tunnels, guys. Is this something that you use? Do you go into missions and never use your mats to build the trap tunnels? Let somebody else do it? And I kind of understand it a little bit if you do, but if you're only using, say, 1 or 2 traps and building smaller grids, you know, small effective grids like the ones we got here, you know, for example, like this one, which we've seen work, we've seen it in action, it does work, then maybe that would be more viable for you. And you know what? It's good. What's happening at the moment, and David Dean was exactly right on his video, what's actually happening is people are getting to Twine Peaks. And when you get to Twine, there's no way getting out. You've got to be using the traps. In some of the missions, you've got to be using the traps. It just doesn't work if you don't. Now, in Canny Valley, Plankton, and Stonewood, you don't need to use the traps. They're not essential. You can get by without using them. Just do a good build, a good strong build out of brick or metal, and you tend to be good to go. However, when it comes to Twine, you're going to need to get to, you know, you're going to have good trap work. You're going to need to get good shapes on your traps. You're going to need to know what smashes will charge and what they won't charge. That kind of thing. And some of the tips that we've learned here about letting the husks come through your tunnels and things like that. Because if you get to Twine at the moment and you've not done any of this and you've never even practiced any of this, you're going to have a hard time. Even looking at where to place the traps as well, looking at spawn points and things like that. So, you know, you don't want to put them too near the spawn points because when the husks actually come in, they will actually just explode all the buildings that are around that spawn point. So you've got to know your distances that are away from that as well. As a rule of thumb, you know, I tend to go probably about 2 tiles tends to be enough, maybe 2.5 tiles. So if there's a spawn point here, for example, you know, then that's where I would put my trap tunnel. You'd probably get away with here. That would probably be safe as well. Certainly wouldn't put it any closer because what could happen is, as these guys spawn in, all this could actually explode. And trust me, happened lots and lots of times. Now, that is a serious waste of mats. But guys, I would actually, you know, I would say to you guys, try and make more trap tunnels. If you're using trap tunnels today, again, let me know in the comments down below. But overall, guys, as I said, birthday time, I do go on and on. I know this sometimes. But a massive thanks for all your patience. Huge thanks for watching and a huge thanks for all the birthday messages that I got yesterday. Cannot thank you guys enough. The channel's just been absolutely amazing this year. 2018 on YouTube for me has just been so immense, and it's a massive, it's all down to you guys. So massive thank you to you guys. If you're here for the first time and you've got this far into the video, then don't forget to hit that red button as you leave, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.